Today's workout is a 20-minute second trimester prenatal HIIT workout. So we're gonna work for 50 seconds, rest for 10. We've got 2 sets of work. Feel free to take it at your own pace. We'll get started with our warm up now. So come to the back of your mat. We're just gonna come down, crawl forward into a plank. Step one leg up toward your hand. Rotate that chest and lift the arm. Place it back down. Lift the opposite arm, rotate to the back. You might not be able to get as much rotation, but that's okay. Step in with the opposite foot, step back with that leg, rotate to the inner thigh, and then opposite. So if your belly's a little bigger, can't quite get that rotation, no big deal. Just do what you can. Just trying to create some mobility in that spine, the hips, the core. I'm gonna do one more on each side. Feels really nice. It's a great way to cool down as well. I'm gonna walk those feet up, slowly roll up to the top. We're gonna do a little good morning hip hinge, so arms across your chest, hips hinge back, and then stand up. So push those hips back. We want those knees staying soft, and then we're pushing back. So the knees should not push forward. We want them to stay put as we hinge. And that's gonna create that stretch in the back of the body. Those glutes, the hamstrings, warming up the back, the core. Let's do one more. We're gonna come to the front, take those feet wide. Give me a little rotation, reach toward that right leg with the left arm. Touch down if you can, arms up, reach toward the other side. Getting that nice stretch through the inner thigh, pushing those hips back. So again, everything's timed today. Take it at your own pace if you're not feeling well. You're just more out of breath than usual for who isn't in their second trimester. If things are hard, then I'm gonna show you lots of ways to modify so you can be successful. All right, we're gonna finish there. We're gonna start with the squat to front kick in 5 seconds. So feet just outside hips, hands on hips. We're gonna squat, kick that right leg forward. Squat again, same leg, kicking it forward. So when you squat, I want your butt going back and down, stopping just above knee level, and then you kick. Now, you can do something else with the arms. You can punch if you want. Whatever feels good with your arms, go ahead and do it. I just keep my hands on my hips here. I'll show you from this side. So hips back and down, kick. My weight is in my heels in that squat, and then I'm using my core and leg, my quad, to lift and kick and then pull that leg back in. So you're getting that leg work, core work here. You can't quite kick as high either because of your belly, just come down here. Still gonna get that heart rate up. All right, rest, we've got 10 seconds and we do the other side. Whew, I'm already out of breath. All right, feet outside hips, let's go. Squat, left leg, kick it. You might find one side a little harder to balance or harder to get that leg up, no big deal. We've all got imbalances, especially during pregnancy. Whatever imbalances you had before are gonna be exacerbated by pregnancy. That's why it's so good and important to work on our strength and mobility. That's gonna help with those imbalances. If you can tell for me, this side's a little bit harder. Just breathe again. If you can't kick as high, just take it a little lower. Or if you need to take a longer break between, go for it. Nice. Okay, we're gonna do a ball slam. So imagine you've got a weighted ball. We're gonna take it overhead, feet just outside hips. We're gonna throw it down and squat. Here we go. Balls up, squat and throw. So pretend it's weighted, and you're gonna have to use your whole body to throw it down because you want it to bounce back up. So it bounces back up, you catch it, and you slam it down again. We've all done these, right, at the gym. Same thing, you just don't have a weight. You could absolutely use a weighted ball if you have one, but it works great just like this, especially when you're pregnant. You don't have to work as hard to get your heart rate up. It's already pumping hard. Show you from the side. Focus on that squat now, get low. Use all of those muscles in the body, getting that heart rate up. Nice, rest. All right, we're moving to a double pulse lunge. So we're gonna step one leg back, give me 2 pulses. We're gonna bring it back in. Here we go. 2 pulses, and we step in. 2 pulses, and then we step in. So when you step back, long step back, we want that back knee to go straight down, and that front knee should line up right over your ankle. When you put that weight in your front foot, it should be mostly in the ball and the heel of the foot, out of the toes. That's gonna keep that pressure out of your knee, and then put it into your glute. And as you stand up, squeeze your glute, push through that front heel. You'll feel it work a little more. Try to get that back knee low in the pulse. If it's too intense, again, you can take the pulse out. Just do a regular backwards lunge. Or do a 2 pulse squat. If you've got knee issues, you can't do a lunge, just do it in a squat. Rest here. We're gonna do the same thing, other leg. So reset. Deep breath. Here we go, other leg. 2 pulses. Step in. So reset that posture. Want to make sure we keep the chest up, shoulders back. Big step back for that lunge. Pushing through that front heel. Stand up strong, squeeze that glute. About halfway through, those legs are burning. That's a good thing. Gotta work those big muscle groups hard to get the heart rate up. We still wanna get that heart rate up in pregnancy. It's maybe not quite as high as we were before, but when we do it safely and listen to our bodies, it has great benefits for us and baby. All right, let's rest here. We're gonna come to a kneeling push-up. So hands about as wide as your mat, or you could take them a little wider here. Walk your knees back just a bit, and then we're gonna push up. Chest goes to elbow height, and then push. Shoulders should line up right over your wrists. Chest should go to about elbow level at the bottom of the push-up. And then you wanna keep your body like a board. So core's tight. Everything goes down and up at the same time. Now, if this is too hard, I want you to pull your knees in and push up like this. You might feel your belly inhibits you from getting your chest as low, and that's totally okay. You're still getting that pushing strength that's so important to work on during pregnancy. And just do as many as you can. You might not be able to go the whole 50 seconds, and that's totally fine. Nice. Okay, we're gonna move to a bird dog. So stay on your hands and knees, bring those hands in. So they're under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We're gonna raise the right arm and the left leg. Same time, arm about shoulder height, leg about hip height, and then switch. We're just gonna keep alternating, and when you bring that arm and leg down, try to make it really quiet. So your core is controlling that movement. Coming down softly, keeps that pressure in the muscle, in the core. You can flex or point your feet, whatever works here. Try to fully extend that leg, squeeze your glute. And really reach and stretch with that arm. This is one of the best exercises for your core during pregnancy, the whole pregnancy, every trimester, because it helps you work on balance, your glutes, your back, and doesn't put too much pressure or strain on the core. Okay, rest here. We're gonna move to a reverse tabletop bridge with a toe tap. So hands under shoulders, fingertips fan out. We're gonna lift those hips, and we're gonna tap the heel, and then come back down. Switch legs, tap, come back down. So you can stay here, hips are a little bit lower, or you can come higher with those hips, squeeze your glutes and challenge yourself. But I want you to make sure you're not pushing away from those hands. You wanna keep those shoulders over your wrists. And then push through that heel on the floor to lift. It's a great way to work those hips and glutes without doing too much on your back. So at this point, you might be feeling like you can't tolerate laying on your back as long or at all. So this is a good alternative to like a glute bridge. Rest. All right, we're gonna repeat from the top. Come to your feet quickly for that squat to front kick. Feet just outside hips, hands on hips. Let's get it going. Squat this time, we're gonna start with that left leg. So now the difference is heart rate's already up. Muscles are already kind of fatigued. So it's gonna push us a little bit further this time. Again, listen to your body. If you need to slow down, take a break, go for it. Brace that core, really lift from the core. Whew. All right, we're moving to the other side. Man, I don't know about you, but that pregnancy nausea, it's not quite gone yet. All right, other side, squat. But hopefully in the next couple weeks, I won't be as nauseous. I feel like it's getting better now that I'm in the second trimester, but it's not totally gone. I don't know the sex of the baby yet, but it's definitely worse or more intense than my pregnancy with my daughter, so that's interesting. All right, stay in it, guys. If you need to take that leg lower, not kick as high, that's totally great. Whatever it takes to stay in the work. More than halfway through that workout now. So fight to keep going. All right, my favorite, the ball slams. Really is my favorite. Feet just outside hips. Take that invisible ball or invisible object, slam it down. Maybe it's something you feel like you want to just smash. Pregnancy sometimes brings out the worst in us, right? We're hormonal. We just feel like we need to break something or get out some of that pent up frustration. Here's where I give you permission to do that. Don't forget about that squat though. Hips way back, get low. Remember, you wanna catch that ball. You want it to bounce back up, so you gotta throw it really hard. Or you're trying to smash whatever that thing is into a million pieces, so slam it. Nice. All right, double pulse lunges. This one's probably my least favorite. So pick a leg, any leg, take a long step back, give me 2 pulses, step back in, same leg again. Now I just tap my knee to the ground. No big deal if you tap it to the ground, but you do not have to. You wanna get nice and low, so it should be at least a couple inches above the ground, if not lower. And if you tap it, totally fine. Just make sure you're putting that weight in your front heel as you stand up, so you're not putting that pressure into your knee, not gripping through the toes. Keeping that posture lifted. Nice. All right, we're gonna move on. Same thing, other leg. Deep breath. Let's do it. If you can't go as low here, that's also fine. You can always modify that way. And again, you can take the pulse out, just do one lunge, or do the 2 pulses in a squat instead of a lunge, and that works well too. The whole point is when we work those big muscle groups, the legs, that gets the heart rate up. It sends that energy through the body, elevating that heart rate, letting us burn more calories. So that's the whole point of this. Getting that heart rate up, not too high, but enough to get that metabolic boost. All right, coming to the floor, kneeling push-ups. So hands wide here, walk those knees back or keep them pulled in. Let's drop that chest to elbow height and push up again as low as you can go. But again, you don't want to put pressure on that belly, so take care if it's too low. Just do it about halfway down. You're still gonna get those chest and shoulders working. Breathing here, keeping that chin tucked in, neck long, abs tight. We got a long time in this set, so take your time. It's not about how many you get. Almost there. And breathe. All right, moving into a bird dog. So walk those hands in under the shoulders, about shoulder width apart, knees under hips. Right arm, left leg, let's lift with control. Bring it back down, switch. Whew, harder the second time around. We're feeling that pressure in the shoulders. That's good. We're working harder, we're working against fatigue. And that's where we change. When we push past that muscle burn, that fatigue we're feeling, we stay in the work. That's how we change. If there's never any fatigue, never any resistance, we never change. And even in pregnancy, it might be harder. Well, might be. I'm sure it's harder for you to work out than it was prior to. But making that choice, even just for a few minutes every day, is gonna change your body and make you stronger. There's actually studies to prove that. You can gain new strength in pregnancy. All right, we're gonna move to that tabletop reverse bridge with the toe tap. So hands under shoulders, fan those fingertips out, and then we're gonna lift those hips high, tap that heel, come back down. As high as you can lift those hips. I want you to power through those glutes. So when you stand up, don't just lift, just push through the back body. Those are powerful muscles, big muscles back there. You gotta work them hard. Breathe here. It's our last one. Squeeze that glute. Come on, almost there. Done. All right, let's cool it down. We'll stay right here. Come forward with me. Little hip opener, heels together. Hold onto your ankles and just gently press your forearms into your calves and work those hips open. Hips get really tight in pregnancy, so we want to release them as much as possible, as often as possible. All right, let's take one leg across, little spinal twist. Feel that release in that glute. Whew. Feels really good. And for me, my glutes, my IT bands, my piriformis, all that gets really tight in pregnancy. So you can even use that elbow to get you a little more leverage there. We'll switch sides. Just a quick stretch. If you need a longer stretch, I do have a cool down or a deep stretch rather for every trimester of pregnancy, so be sure to check those out if you need something a little more than what we're doing here, because we are gonna finish there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you think in the comments, and be sure to check out my other workouts for the second trimester to have a strong and healthy pregnancy. I'll see you next time.